Welcome to the Gamer Base. This is ConArtist. I'm very excited today. I'm showing you one of my favorite games. It's really one of the best games of this past generation. It's XCOM, and just out now, this is XCOM Enemy Within, the standalone expansion to the original XCOM Enemy Unknown, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to be showing you through some of the new features and some of the older features for those of you who hadn't played. A lot of people, a shocking number of people haven't played this game, so I'm just going to be taking you through some of the mechanics and showing you just why this is so brilliant. I think this is really just a testament to excellent game design. And right here from the main menu, you can see why the developers for Axis are so brilliant. They really address every single concern in this expansion that people had for the original game. So if you can see here, when I go around this base, I can see all the little peons, my little kind of workers doing their thing. Here's a satellite uplink, for example, and I can zoom right in and get a lot of detail. This kind of stuff was completely absent from the first game. You just had a very generic kind of base layout, which didn't change to how you kind of appropriated the different resources, but it's completely different now, and it just it looks fantastic as well. So let me show you. This is the home base. So I'm going to show you around right now what exactly you do at the home base. Now, XCOM is short for extraterrestrial combat, and aliens have invaded, and you're in charge of putting together kind of an international fighting force to see the situation through, and it is ridiculously difficult. So I'm going to just show you how you can make it a little easier on yourself. So let's start with the situation room, because that's probably one of the most important rooms in the game. Now right here you see I have all the countries that are in the XCOM project right here. There we go. And each country is divided up into continents. If I can just look at the African continent, we got Egypt, South Africa, Nigeria. And South Africa, that yellow bar right there, the fact that they are, you know, kind of higher than all the other countries means that South Africa is panicking right now because they've had alien outbreaks, and they're freaking out. Now, I can kind of assuage this by going into South Africa myself and doing some missions there, or installing a satellite over them to ensure like more kind of monthly money and all that kind of stuff. And there's a very, like, this entire game is basically just an entirely interlocking and interdependent system of mechanics which all influence one another. So while there's no big like narrative decisions that come up, like are you gonna sacrifice this person or say that, none of that. It's just completely kind of ludological game-based decisions which completely affect the game, and you sometimes don't even know how much you've affected your playthrough until later on you realize just how screwed you are. Let's go to the barracks. This is kind of the meat. This is your army, and I've given everyone names here because I like giving people names, because when someone dies, it is permanent, and so I like to have that kind of you know, I have a sort of assignment for each person, and I know what they do, and I know their kind of abilities and things like that. So if I just go to, he's Irish, so Michael Fassbender is an actor I like, so why not? And you can go and see, I've made him look as much like Michael Fassbender as possible. It's obviously not worked out too well, but you can customize each soldier that you get individually, and first name, last name, all kinds of races and voices and things like that. The other thing that Firaxis has improved is last time everyone just spoke this kind of weird anomalous American accent, so you'd have some dude from Korea who'd just be like, right away sir, and things like that, and it was weird. So now there's all these kind of options to change their dialogue. You can hear right here, Polish, Russian, all kinds of stuff. Still no Arabic, surprisingly, even though there is Saudi Arabian nationality, I think, but whatever, that's okay. Let's not nitpick too much. Anything wrong with XCOM is just nitpicking, because it is essentially a perfect game. So if you ever, when you read reviews about this thing, it's just the smallest things like, oh, the soldiers have American voices, and the base doesn't look really nice, and it's just silly stuff that doesn't really mean anything, because it's essentially just perfect. And I'm going to show you why in a bit. All right. The loadout, of course, each soldier you micromanage like a fussy mother, kind of getting your kids ready for school, give them the kind of equipment you want for the kind of role they're going to fulfill, and their role is kind of determined right here by their abilities. Now, I have just started playing this new expansion, so I haven't unlocked a whole lot, but each person kind of, as they increase in rank, unlocks different class abilities based on how much experience they get, and it really it just feels fantastic to kind of level someone up throughout the game, because as long as you keep someone alive, they will stay with you for the entire game. So Michael Fassbender essentially could just be with me all the way up until the end, which is really cool, and it makes it a lot sadder when you lose him. If someone gets wounded in the field, they're just out forever. Like, they're out for really long, like 9 days here, 6 days, 5 days, and so every decision, as I said, and every choice you make, and even inadvertent things like getting your soldiers hurt, has huge ramifications down the line. Engineering right here, also very important. This is where you build and buy different, as you can see I haven't unlocked much, but essentially all the technology research, anything that's, as Dr. Shen right here says, anything they dream up of in research, he can build right here in engineering. You can build your soldiers new weapons, new armor, all kinds of stuff, and And this game will really make you understand the meaning of opportunity cost, because every single thing you buy right here, if I go to research, every single thing I research means I can't be researching another thing at the same time. And so you really have to, like, all of these are great. Like an autopsy on an alien, for example, will give you a lot of information about that alien. Meld recombinations, this is exclusive to the expansion. This will give your soldiers psionic powers and all kinds of weird shit. Weapon fragments will upgrade weapons, extremely important. The arc thrower will let you capture aliens. Like, all of these are extremely important, and I can't do all of them at the same time. So you have to make some really tough decisions as to what you're researching, what you're building, all that kind of stuff. This is also reflected right here. This is your base layout. It's kind of like got a Dungeon Keeper thing where you kind of dig into the walls and build the facilities you want. And as you can see here, things take quite a bit of time, and you get bonuses based on where you build things. So if I were to click here and build another satellite uplink, for example, you would get a kind of an adjacency bonus. So your adjacency bonus +1 satellite coverage for every 2 uplinks which are adjacent to one another. So if I build another satellite uplink under this one, I will get extra coverage from it. And also the workshop, same thing. Like it's you really have to pre-plan everything. This is why your first playthrough will probably go shit, because you just don't know a lot of the stuff. Not because the game doesn't explain it to you, but because you just don't think of the importance of planning ahead. You think, oh, I'll just fix it later. It's fine. You can't fix anything later. Once you do stuff, it's done, and you have very little money. Like, at first, you'll have literally 200. I don't know what the currency. I guess it's not really dollars. It's some weird symbol. But you'll get 200 credits to spend, and it's shockingly little considering that you're running an international organization. So that, you know, you really got to tightly manage everything you're doing. Now this seems like just a regular sim kind of thing. Doesn't seem like a huge deal, but the real magic happens once here I go to click on mission control, and essentially you click here to scan for activity. The globe turns for a bit, and you find some kind of alien activity around the world, and you go and investigate it. In my case, I found a UFO crash site, which means I'm gonna send my troops over and find out what's going on. You try to get some recon going. Unfortunately, most of my kind of veterans are injured right now. It is just Michael Fassbender who's had some experience going in. Alright, so right to it. Before every mission, you get a little briefing. And again, these missions aren't necessarily randomized, but they are kind of generated on each playthrough. So they're not completely random, but essentially you'll get the program basically says, okay, we got a place, in this case Germany, a type of mission, in this case a UFO kind of location and recon, and that's about it. And I think pretty much the levels are essentially little chunks of levels which are kind of randomly generated and seeded out. So every playthrough is very different, and you will need more than one playthrough because you will get destroyed on your first playthrough. So and I'm going to show you why right now. This is tactical turn-based combat really at its best. It's one of my favorite genres. It's a genre that isn't given much attention because it's so kind of, I guess, really difficult to wrap your head around. But this game just does a fantastic job of making it kind of easy to understand, but sacrificing none of the depth for it. So up here you can see the meld, which it says location unknown. The meld is a new resource again, as I was saying, which contributes to psionic powers and things like that. But let's get to the root of the game. These are the 4 troops which you take on your mission, which can be increased, I think, to a maximum of 6 later on, which you should definitely do early on. And this game, one of the main mechanics here is cover. So if you look at the shields here, there's a full cover, and that half shield is half cover. Half cover will not protect you very well. So I'm going to select my first troop here, and I can make 2 moves on my turn, or I can make 1 very long move. So I can dash all the way to that truck, or I can see those borders right here. I can just go there and then plan what I'm going to do. And since I don't know the layout of the place, let's try that. So I'm just going to do 1 quick move, see if there's anyone about. There we go. I got 2 aliens who are going to probably take cover and try to scope me out. Good. So it's a good thing I didn't rush, because I wouldn't have been able to actually do an action. So in this case, I can do an action, which is shoot. And how's my accuracy going to be? 50 to hit and 50 to hit. Okay, not terrible. So let's take the shot. This is based completely on if the troop has any mods on them or anything like that, or how much you've trained them. Of course, different skills and things contribute to this pretty immensely. So let's see our luck. 50%. We're gonna break open the glass, and let's see how this goes. All right, 2 damage. He's not dead, which is not fantastic. But now I can move on to my second troop. So I also want to get him to some cover, but I don't want him to dash because I do want to take the shot. So so let's go over to this cover right here. Alright, I still got the same shot. What I'm going to do is 45 and 45. See, this guy's more of a rookie, so his chance is down by 5%, and it basically gives you all the reasons why. So I'm in low cover. Unlike Michael Fassbender, who's in high cover, low cover is doing a minus 20% to my aim, which is not fantastic, but, you know, let's go for it. 45 is not awful. And there we go. Fantastic. Alright, that's 1 down. Let's try and flank. Flanking is also a big part of this game. Kind of trying to outmaneuver enemies. I'm kind of out of cover spots, but I think this bench should serve okay. I mean, it's not the best cover, but why not? All right, let's see what we can pull off here. 45. See, same as the other rookie, because I'm also in low cover here. And alright, got him. It's still not dead. And see, the environments are completely destructible, which is also fantastic. Now let's take a look at some of the other skills you got available here. This is your regular firing. This is Overwatch. Overwatch is extremely useful, and people just don't use it a lot. What it does is, when you're scoping out a new location, what you're trying to do is you want to kind of give... it essentially, I'll show it to you right here. Overwatch... Here we go. First, it's kind of like a triggerable ability. So you skip your turn, and essentially the next turn, if an enemy comes within your range, you fire at them automatically. So it's pretty fantastic. It's really, really good. So here, I put him on Overwatch. And so if he makes a move, not if he fires, but if he makes an actual move and he's still in my range, then I get to take a shot. There we go. Won't be very accurate. Oh, fantastic. Alright, good job. He's definitely getting a promotion. That's fantastic. Alright, so that's both threats down. And you see here that there's a countdown timer right here. It means I have 3 turns left to recover this resource. It's an extremely valuable resource, so I definitely want to do that. So it's Michael Fassbender's turn again. So it's kind of risky, but I'm gonna dash in just to move things along. So let's dash into the room here, and you recover meld the same way that this is kind of the new addition to the expansions. Is that there are some objects in the game which are actually you can interact with on a certain level. So there are bomb defusals now, where you actually have to go up to the bomb and defuse it, and kind of disable the power nodes. This meld resource is also really interesting. When you get it, you can actually it requires a whole new technology tree which you use in the game. So it's just an entirely new experience. It is essentially the same campaign. It's in the sense of the progression, but there's a whole bunch of new things in the campaign which are really, really fantastic. So the way you recover is you just plop down right next to it. There we go, and it says here, click to collect, and you get the meld, and that's how that works. And you spend it back at the base. So again, this interlocking system, which works really, really well, of collecting things during a mission and using them back at your home base, and it's just really, really fantastically executed, and it hasn't changed. I mean, it's still just so airtight. I was thinking when they were making the expansion, how could they possibly add more things to the game without completely unbalancing it? But yeah, I was completely wrong. I mean, it's still just one of the most balanced experiences you can have playing a game, and they've added all these new elements to it, and it's really, really fantastic. Alright, major miss there. Okay, that's my turn, so you can see the alien attack now, and they're gonna take revenge. Almost definitely. Let's see how this plays out. Alright, he's reestablishing the link. See there, it gave him another health. And he's gonna fire back. He's gonna take the computer's just fantastic at taking advantage of your weaknesses. Holy shit. Okay. So what happened there was I was in low cover. I just lost a recruit, which is never good, especially early game. My God. I'm gonna pretend that I'm gonna play out the rest of this mission, but what I'm gonna do is, as soon as I'm at the end of the mission, I'm gonna quit, so I don't have to, so I can just reload my save. I know that's awful, and you're not supposed to do that in this game, but I can't lose troops this early, and oh wow, that's awful. Well, I'm gonna play out the rest of this fight just for revenge fun, but see that? I mean, a perfectly healthy troop with 6 health just decimated instantly by one of the weakest creatures in the game. That's how unforgiving XCOM is. I'm talking at the same time, and I'm not concentrating properly. My troops are being absolutely absurd with their aiming rates, and yeah, you pay for it. That this game doesn't let you live things down. So let's keep going. And all right, there's one down. It's DeGroot's turn, and it's basically his life depends on this shot. So no pressure. All right. Okay, fantastic. You know what? Not only I'm just gonna demonstrate here the ability of the hand grenade, because I feel like if I miss the next shot, I'm just screwed. So and it gives me a nice chance to show off how destructive this thing can be. Now this again, opportunity cost coming right back. Once you use the frag grenade, you don't get the fragments from the aliens. So any kind of useful shit you could have gotten from them, like weapon fragments or armor fragments, are completely eliminated. So right here. Apparently it's good. It's not too bad that I lost one operative, but as I said before, I'm not keeping this save. I mean, I think I'm not sure what to do. Should I just quit? I don't know what to do. I feel like I should just Alt F4 out of this. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm going to do, just to keep it safe, because I'm not losing a trooper this early. So, that's been it, pretty much. I am much better at this game before. I know I say that a lot, but I am much better at this game. I just, I thought I'd rush into it just to show you, just to show you how the missions work out. So if you haven't picked this up, it's absolutely fantastic. It really is one of the best games of this generation. It's absolutely brilliant. Again, a perfect time to pick it up, because XCOM Enemy Within, the expansion, just came out. You can pick it up on Steam or pick it up from wherever you can pick it up. It's a standalone, which means you don't need the original to play it. It's basically the original game with a bunch of new shit in it. It's perfectly balanced. If you have any interest in what you've seen, absolutely give it a try. It's really challenging, and it just straddles an awesome fine line between just extreme challenge and just giving you just enough leg room to be able to get by. So that about wraps it up. This has been ConArtist with the Gamer Base. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.